Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumple-One. Ebola. Some serious business. A lot of stuff on the internet about Ebola. In fact, somebody already came out with an e-book, or at least they're advertising it. Maybe they wrote it a while ago. Always somebody trying to make money off of something. But the question is, what's the real story behind Ebola? Some people think the government's trying to weaponize it, or already has weaponized it. It's going to use it against the population. Maybe Agenda 21 type stuff. Other people think that these people that have contracted it are now just basically lab rats for the government to experiment on them. Some people think it could be an excuse for Obama to invoke martial law and who knows what. What I think is going on is that the government is probably up to its old smoke and mirrors tricks. But the thing is, this Ebola, it's too serious to be messing with. They should not have brought Ebola onto our soil. Under no circumstances should they have done that. Because I don't care if the risk is 1 in 1 billion to the billionth power. It's too great. We've got ships that they could put labs. They could have them out in the middle of the ocean where there's no chance of it being brought back here. They didn't need to bring it on the soil. And I don't know why our government has to engage in these types of projects or take these kind of risks. It's just stupid. I mean, the government just doesn't seem to understand history. Their track record is very poor. It really is. I mean, all the mistakes they make, then they try and cover them up. Then some of them get exposed. And then they still try and cover it up. I mean, we really do have a bunch of people who aren't that smart, really, running the show. Now, I do a lot of studying. Read books on psychology, philosophy, government, economics, all that kind of stuff. Just to educate myself. What the government doesn't understand is that the chaos, the randomness of the world can really work against them. So they should do all that they can to minimize the risk. This Ebola thing is just, it's just nothing that should be messed with. It's kind of like teaching a kid not to play with fire. We need to teach adults not to play with Ebola. It really bothers me. Fortunately, where I am, low population, chances are, unless they fly over with some chemtrails or somebody brings it in intentionally, I'm probably not at risk. But I mean, Atlanta, I just hope nothing happens. It's just some really serious stuff. But with this smoke and mirrors, like I said, it could be just smoke and mirrors. Let's get the people worried about this Ebola. Meanwhile, they're doing something else. Taking away our freedoms and liberties. Watching some of these movies that I like to watch, a show about the government, like that conspirator about Lincoln, Once again, it just shows how the people in the government, the elected officials and the appointed officials, they don't care about you and me. All they care about is power and the government. You know, it's more important that the government continue than it is for us to have our freedoms and liberties and rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution. I mean, think about that. You know, what good is the government if it doesn't protect our rights and liberties and freedoms, our individual rights and liberties and freedom? Somehow these people in government are putting the government before the people. They've got it reversed, got it turned upside down, they got it inside out, they got it backwards. But that's their thinking. That's why they build, using our tax dollars, these shelters to protect themselves, while we, the people, we're on our own. We got to scramble like squirrels chasing a nut. Somehow we have to turn it around. We really do. And the first step in turning it around is for we the people to wake up and smell the tyranny.